Tim. Welcome to my channel. Today it is extraordinarily hot in my garage. It is 90 degrees. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of sweat. Going to be working on shoulders today, so we're going to jump right into it, warming up with the 10-pound dumbbells. Always remember to take that time to warm up. And if you're already going to be working out where it's hot, make sure you take the time to properly hydrate. Whenever you're working out, you really want to make sure you're hydrating well before you start working out. Don't start trying to hydrate during the workout. It's not going to help you as much, especially if you're going to be working out in a very hot garage like myself. Yeah, it doesn't help to hydrate after you're already starting to feel dehydration. It's not where you want to be. Fortunately for me, I'm used to doing stuff when it's hot. From when I was a kid doing wrestling, where they keep the wrestling gym hot, to just working in a warehouse where you get over 90 degrees on the regular. Grab the 20 pounds. Got somewhat of a shoulder workout yesterday. Had the kids out in the pool, tossing them. A lot of fun. We play this game where I pretend my kids are monkeys, and there should not be any monkeys in my pool. So I grab the monkeys and I throw them around the pool towards the edge, and then get them out of the pool. So it's a lot of upper body shoulder work. It's nice way to have fun with your kids and get a workout in. Of course, it's a lot easier when you have your own pool. The hard thing about having fun with kids at a public pool is then other kids want you to do the same thing with them, and that's always fun. You're like, oh, we're like done with the game because I don't know where your parents are, and I don't want some random parent to come yelling at me because I just threw their kid in the air. So, always a fun game to play when you're not where other kids are going to want to jump in that don't belong to you. Especially my kids are around the 50 pounds, and I can launch them up pretty good. So I can throw my kids up high enough that other parents would be very uncomfortable seeing their kids just out of nowhere flying in the sky. All right, so next up, we're going to be hitting the 50 pounds for the shoulder press. The last time I did a 50-pound shoulder press, I did 2 sets of 10 and 1 set of 5. I really want to get those 3 sets of 10 in. I want to have some serious gains today. I feel like today's the day for it. Yeah, I'm just motivated by the heat, but I feel like this is going to be a good day. Good day to put up some nice numbers. Again, this is why taking that time to warm up is so important, so crucial. So you don't grab your big weight, which today for me in this is 50 pounds, and you don't get it up and realize, oh man, I have something wrong. And then you tweak something, you drop it. Really, properly warming up will cut down the risks of that injury. Whew. Gonna give myself a minute and go back for those other 2 sets. And this is the playing in the pool with the kids. That's the fun part about getting in shape and being strong, is you can do fun things with your kids. You're not going to be winded, you know. And it also gives you, creative ways to burn some calories in the pool instead of just like wandering around playing Marco Polo. You know how have a much more active game of tossing kids in the air and picking them up and putting them out of the pool. Like it's more fun. Gives you a nice little calorie burn. And if you don't count it, you don't write it down, but it'll just make you feel a little bit better when you get a snack that you weren't planning on getting or something. Maybe you do add cheese to that burger, or 2 slices of cheese to that burger, because you earned it, because you worked out hard with your kids. All right, here we go. All right, 1 minute. Jump back on it. Whew. And that's the great thing about being more active. You do more active activities, you get to stress less about counting every single thing that goes into your body. If you stay sedentary, then you have to be more concerned about it. And kids can be a great opportunity to be physical, do something positive, and feel good about it. When I chase my kids around the house playing hide and seek and tag, I'm getting something good out of it. They're getting a positive childhood experience. Everyone wins. Oh. All right. That's 7. Still 3 more reps to go to be where I want to be. But that's 2 more reps than I did last time. Man, I'm gonna give myself another set. Normally when I get below 8, that's where I call it. But I want to do a little bit extra work at the 50s because I'm really getting tired of the 50s. I really want to move on to the 60s. So if I throw in an extra set, it's gonna help me get to that bigger goal. And I got it. Because summer is gonna eventually end. Full time is gonna decrease. But my kids are just gonna get bigger. And next year, summer when we jump in the pool, I want to have that same ability just to toss them high. I like when my kids get excited about me being strong. It's a lot of fun. All right. With that in mind, let's do this. Oh. All right, that's just 4. I was pushing a little bit further, but I really don't want to drop those on my face. Chest, legs. We're going to be going down to 40 pounds now. It's over. That's halfway through it. I'm gushing sweat here. It's fun. Yeah, I think one of the things that I find helps me with losing weight and staying in shape is having activities that you do outside of the gym, like an activity that you want to do. And for me, it's just it's being able to keep up with my kids, being able to have fun with my kids. And if I slack on this, and I just go back to gaining weight and not building muscle, then it is going to affect how well I can play with my kids. So that keeps me motivated. Maybe you don't have kids. Maybe that's not a goal that will motivate you to stay working out. But I encourage you, find one that's like that. Maybe there's a sport you want to try out. And it doesn't matter that you're older. You can find an older adult league and go do that sport. This is the 40 pounds. But you can go do that sport, and feel good about yourself. Be happy. Then you're not just getting in shape, to look impressive. I think getting in shape with the goal of just looking better it can be positive, especially if you're like, oh, I want to go compete in a show or something. But there is a part where it's going to be a letdown, or can be. Because what can happen is you get to a point where your physique is where you want it to be. You're like, okay, I got the 6-pack abs, or I look good. But then you just not, you find that you're trying to maintain that look just to have that look. There's nothing you're doing with it besides go to the gym, keep the 6-pack, keep the big shoulders and biceps and quads. And then it's easy, I think, to lose kind of like the thrill. And then falling back, like, why am I doing this? Like, what's the point? Just killing myself for a look. Get into a physical shape where you can do something that's fun. Oh, that was hard. That's 8. Maybe it's not a sport. Maybe it's just hiking, going and taking cool photographs in nature. Maybe backpacking, going on long hikes, getting away from the city, getting away from people, having a chance to breathe, and not be distracted by a million other things. There's a lot of perks, a lot of benefits to getting into shape that don't just have to do with just looking good, impressing, somebody. That's 7. All right. So that's better than last week. We were at the 30 pounds. And I would say for guys too, like just an easy motivation to cling to is being able to take care of yourself, being able to take care of other people. That's, I think, is a big goal for me. I want to make sure that I'm able to keep my family safe, keep myself safe. I don't want to walk into a dangerous situation and people think that, oh, that guy, I could easily beat up that guy. I want them to, consider, is it really, really worth their time and energy? Or could they just move on and do something better with their lives? That's an easy one. It's an easy one to cling to. Like, I just want to not be out of shape because I don't want to lose the opportunity or the ability to defend myself. The 30 pounds, I can tell you, it's definitely nicer when people look at you and think, oh, just better leave that guy alone. Just move on. It's a lot more annoying when bad people think that you're an easy mark. Most of my adult life, that hasn't been the case, except like crazily when I had my kids. Like when I started pushing my kids around outside in a stroller, people that would normally never like try to be intimidating to me, never try and cause any problems for me, thought for some reason because I had kids with me, I'd be an easy mark and someone they could flex on, and like that was definitely frustrating. I don't ever want to look like an easy mark. I'd like to avoid those kinds of problems, as I've done, most of my life. Fortunately for me, I was able to very quickly help people who thought they could start flexing on me just because my kids realize the errors of their ways. It was definitely like just a weird. I was well through my 30s when I had kids, and all the way, you know, up to that point, like people just generally left me alone. And then just all of a sudden, out of nowhere, to have people start flexing on me that I just never normally would. It was a very weird experience. I was like, wow, is this happening really? This is okay. Let's 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 have some fun here. Ooh. I'm gonna do one more set with the 30s, and then switch to the lateral raises. Drink. Try to make sure I don't get too dehydrated. There's a nice 91 degrees in here. All right, that's 7. All right, switch over real fast. All right, lateral raises, gonna grab the 10 pounds. So make sure that everything works the way it's supposed to. Give it 30 seconds. I'm gonna grab the 20 pounds. All right. Oh. Ooh. 40 seconds and hit it again. Hmm. The nice part is when I get inside, my house is nice and cool, nice and air conditioned. Gonna be some instant relief when I get inside. Ooh. It's the first time doing 2 sets of 10 with the lateral raises in a while. 20 pounds. Give it 20 more seconds and jump back on it. start playing with the 30s next time. 3 sets of 10. All right. Well, that is it. I'm out of time. Try to keep these exercises down to like 30 minutes. Do what I can. And big side of that is figure if I can feel good at doing like 30-minute workouts 5 times a week, then you can too. It takes away from a lot of the excuses of, oh, I don't have time to do an hour workout. I don't have time to do 45 minutes. 5 times a week, that's 2.5 hours. We got to be able to squeeze out at least 2.5 hours to help ourselves stay in better shape. So thank you so much for hanging out. I really hope that you're able to stay motivated. I hope that you can find, like I was talking about earlier, find something at the end of the rainbow, that pot of gold. More than just like, oh, I'm just going to look good, but an activity, something that motivates you to stay physically fit in order to have a lifestyle or something that you want. Whether it's, I want to be able to go play soccer with the boys for 3 hours. I want to be able to go, play baseball, or I want to go get back into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I want to go do martial arts. All of these things, things that require you to be in decent shape to participate and not die. Or just simply, like I said, I want to be able to play with my kids. I want to not have to get in fights because people that are looking for trouble will just choose somebody else, pick an easier target. All great reasons to stay in shape and continue to feel good about yourself. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have a good day, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the timeline. God bless you. Thank you. All right, for the shoulder press, I did 3 sets of 10 with the 10 pounds, 3 sets of 10 with the 20 pounds. With the 50 pounds, I did 2 sets of 10, 1 set of 7, 1 set of 4. With the 40 pounds, 1 set of 10, 1 set of 8, 1 set of 7. And with 30 pounds, I did 4 sets of 10. All right, for the lateral raises, I did 1 set of 10 with the 10 pounds and 3 sets of 10 with the 20 pounds. Thank you.